In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why this is the best time to buy a MacBook Pro in well over a decade, not off of feelings or lovely design, but from a statistical standpoint, why the MacBook Pro is the best value on the market right now. Now, we're going to go through unboxing this laptop while we're talking through the statistics behind why Macs are the best bang for buck value of any laptop available right now. Now, first and foremost, if you know much about Windows versus Mac products, from a performance standpoint, the Windows product, you actually have to be plugged into the charger to get full performance out of the laptop. And so if you want to get great performance, you have to be plugged into the wall. However, the MacBook Pro, that is not the case. You can charge up your laptop to full charge and then go on the go with great battery life, getting full performance out of the laptop the entire time. So basically, say the promised battery life on a laptop is 20 to 22 hours for the newest MacBook Pros. Well, that means you're getting full performance of the GPU and CPU during those hours. When it comes to Windows laptops, like one of my favorites, the Lenovo Legion 5i Pro, as soon as I unplug from the charger, in order to get 7 to 8 hours of battery life, I have to switch it over to iGPU mode, which means I'm only get performance out of the CPU. And at that, I'm not even getting the full performance of the CPU because I'm not pulling power from the wall. And so from a value standpoint alone of price to performance, you're getting more performance on the go with a MacBook Pro. Now, let's talk about some statistics over the past 13 years. When I first bought my first MacBook Pro, it was a 15-inch model, and I paid about $1,799 for it. According to my research, that is what I could find. Now, in my head, I thought I remembered paying around $1,599, but through the research, I found that the base model price was $1,799. Now, for the 13-inch model of the MacBook Pro, it was $1,199. Now, today, if you go on Apple.com, you can purchase a brand new 13-inch MacBook Pro M2 for $1,299. That's only an 8% increase in price over the past 13 years. Now, looking at the MacBook Pro I bought in 2010, I bought the 15-inch model with I think probably 16 gigs of RAM and maybe a 512 hard drive, and it had an i5 processor, okay? This laptop would put you back $1,799. I just ordered the brand new 14-inch MacBook Pro with the M1 Pro chip for $1,999. That is an 11% increase in price over the past 13 years. Apple has officially beat inflation by 19%. Absolutely bonkers. Now, what if you wanted to get an equivalent Windows laptop from 2010 to 2023? Well, the Dell XPS 15, when it came out in 2010, was $1,150, okay? So at the time, Apple was substantially overpriced in my opinion, but I bought one anyway because I didn't know more or less about what I should be buying. Right now, if you want to buy a 2023, well, actually, it's only a 2022. If you want to buy a 2022 Dell XPS 15 with an i7-12700H and an RTX 3050, you are going to pay $2,050. That's an 84% increase in price over the past 13 years. That well beats inflation. Inflation beats that, which is crazy, right? So let's take a look at the numbers really quickly as we're working through this video. I've got the laptop open now and it's giving me the little welcome sign. Let's do a quick tour of the laptop while we're looking at it. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up in English. I love the 16:10 aspect ratio on this laptop. We still have the notch on this model, so the design didn't change at all this year. It's looking like the exact same model. We still have the ports. We have two USB Type-Cs on the left side panel, your MagSafe power, a headphone jack, and then on the right side panel, we have an HDMI, USB-C, and an SD card reader. So all the goodies that you could want for this laptop. And of course, we have this nice large trackpad.
A built-in screen reader called VoiceOver.
Thank you.
If you know how to use VoiceOver,
I don't.
Press Command F5 now to turn it on and set up your Mac.
Not gonna
If you
happen.
would like to learn how to use VoiceOver to set up your Mac, press the Escape key.
Not gonna happen. While the computer is setting up, let's talk about some more numbers. From 2010 to 2023, the housing market has increased by 33% on average. Milk has gone up 29% on average, and cars 38%, while the US dollar has decreased in value by roughly 30%. So that means that Apple has beat inflation by 19% on average. Whereas if you were buying a Windows laptop in 2023, you are paying way more than even the inflation cost that have incurred. Now, the question is though, has Apple improved by 84%? Now, what I mean by that is, could we even flip the numbers on this chart to say that Apple has actually increased by 84% and that Dell XPS has actually increased by about 11%? And I would say, from the performance of battery life and performance on the go, those numbers could easily be flipped. Now, this is coming from a Windows fanboy, okay? I'm a huge fan of the Legion 5i Pro, of the Asus Republic of Gamer Rogue Flow X16, of the Lenovo Legion Slim 7, of the Acer Triton 300 SE. There's so many laptops I can name off from Windows that I have felt for the last couple of years have been the best bang for buck laptops. The Asus Zephyrus G14, okay? But if you think about it, the Asus Zephyrus G14 retailed at $1,649 this year. That's right between the Apple MacBook Pro 13 M2 and now this latest release of the Apple MacBook Pro M2 Pro 14-inch model. Now, if you want to take like an equivalent model, let's look at, say, what AMD is doing. They continue to push the prices up on their laptop. They used to be known as the affordable brand, but now something like the Lenovo Legion Slim 7 is sitting at $1999. However, the battery life is not as good, the on-the-go performance is not as good, and you're not getting all of the quality that does come with an Apple product. The aluminum build quality, the amazing speakers, the cool performance. And by cool, I don't mean like styling, I mean like temperatures. And you have a fantastic scissor switch keyboard. So there's so much that's going into these laptops over the years for the R&D. And it looks like all of us in the past who bought Apple products were paying the cost for those who get to purchase them now. I think that is the most intriguing thing about all of this data. All right, with all those details out of the way on why this is the best bang for buck Apple laptop that they have probably ever made, let's take a look at the laptop now that it's going. First of all, you can see that we have our nice compact charger block with our MagSafe charger. That looks great. This is actually a slightly smaller charger block than my wife's 2014 MacBook Pro that she has. And the cable actually disconnects, which saves from that cable breaking, which so many of us remember when we owned those older MacBook Pros and the cable did not disconnect. So that is awesome. Now, looking at the interior of the laptop, I love that they continued from last year this black inset for the keyboard. That looks awesome. The trackpad is a vibration click trackpad, so you're not actually clicking the mechanism on the trackpad. It's just a vibration that is sent through when you click. And the sensitivity and the accuracy of this trackpad is incredible. Let's go ahead and look at the bottom cover of the laptop, something that I think they do very well. It's so minimal, and they still even include these vents on the side. Now, this is something that I really don't think they need to do anymore because the laptop is so well controlled in the thermal management within the chip. However, they still make room for those vents just in case you're running this laptop extra hard and you need all that room and performance. They can kick on those fans and it can cool the laptop to make sure you don't lose out on all the performance in that new M2 Pro chip. Punch for punch, what would you say? Do you think that Mac is officially the best bang for buck laptop on the market according to the data? Again, I did all the research I could. I double checked my numbers. If I'm wrong on any of these numbers, let me know. Comment below. I'd love to make sure we correct some of this stuff, but this is the best research I could do of laptops that came out over 13 years ago. Sometimes it's hard to find some of this pricing, so let me know if any of this is incorrect, and I'd be happy to pin your comment and make sure everything is accurate on this video. If you've enjoyed this video, click or tap the screen here to keep watching and enjoying more content. I'll see you in one of those videos.